And now, a brand new episode of the Script to Screen News Hour here on Radio Lebanon 96.2 FM with hosts Alan Mahana and Had Solo. Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of the Script to Screen News Hour. Today is Saturday, January 12th, 2019. And what, not a 12th, we are not the 12th, we are the 19th. Starting on a mishap. What a fantastic week we have had with news and cinema and a movie of the week. More and more remakes and reboots being announced. Some we are extremely happy about, some not so much. A bunch of trailers released earlier this week as well. Some new collaborative efforts in Hollywood. It's insane. It's insane. We're still in January and all this stuff is already, it's in the sphere. It's in all over the place. But as always, I cannot discuss this on my own, so here we go. The solo to my Chewbacca, the one, the only Had Solo.
Good afternoon, Alan.
Good afternoon. I am so glad you are safely out of the elevator.
Yes, that was fun. We were gonna do we should do that sometime. The episode live from the elevator.
From the elevator, right?
Yeah, from the radio station.
So if you hadn't caught us on social media, Had was stuck in the elevator at the radio station, and we literally had like 10 minutes left before we went live, and we had to figure out a way to get him out. Thankfully, we were able to save you in the nick of time.
Yeah, it was easy. I had my Red Bull, so in case of being stuck in the elevator for a couple of days, I would have been fine. Have a small sip every day.
Oh man, what a week it's been.
It's been a massive week.
What a week it has been. A lot of news.
Yep.
Finally got to finish The Bodyguard. We spoke about that last week. You beat me to the punch. Yeah.
You started, you recommended it, I watched it.
You finished it before me.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Fantastic show.
Great
really.
Finale.
Good, very good recommendation.
Yes, very, very, I agree. Yeah. I do agree. I have yet to see How to Train Your Dragon 3. I still have not seen that yet. But I am looking forward to seeing it. We've I think Oscar season is starting to heat up. Yep. I believe the nominations are gonna Tuesday. On Tuesday, which is crazy.
Yep.
That we're already here. Oscar season. I think it's gonna be a very interesting race.
I think so too.
I think it's going to be an interesting race.
I just want to have a few surprises.
I'm hoping that we'll get surprises. I'm not 100% sure if we will though.
I'd like to see a nomination for Sam Elliott in A Star Is Born.
Yes,
he has yet to be nominated. I think he did a fantastic job. I love when you have these names you're used to, and then just.
I love the left field, out of left field nominations. Yeah. I love those.
Those are really good. Yeah.
We saw a movie earlier this week.
Yes.
M. Night Shyamalan. Shyamalan. Released the finale to his Unbreakable trilogy, I guess. I don't even know. Yeah, I guess you would call it the Unbreakable trilogy, the Glass trilogy, I don't know. Yeah. And we have our thoughts about it. Strangely enough, very similar thoughts. I thought we were going to disagree, but I'm glad that we're on the same page. Although we are in a disagreement with a lot of other people, other critics. So without much further ado, here we go. Let's jump right in and start talking about M. Night Shyamalan's Glass.
This is not a cartoon. This is the real world.
No way.
And yet, some of us still don't die with bullets. Some of us can still bend steel. I've been waiting for the world to see that we exist. May I meet the beast? I hope for your sake that he likes you. That sounds like the bad guys teaming up. A lot of people are going to die.
Don't do this.
Are you ready?
What do we call you, sir?
First name, Mr. Last name, Glass.
All right.
Yep.
So, off the top of my head, just listening to this trailer, it expresses how much of an illusion this movie is, because you hear this trailer and again, like, I've seen the movie, but I hear this trailer and I'm like, oh my God, this sounds like such a great movie.
Yeah.
And no, it ain't.
No.
Which is sad. It's very sad and it's very disappointing.
Yeah. It's super sad. It's a movie I've been super excited about.
Yeah, I remember.
I've talked about it a few times on the show. I was looking forward to it. 19 years in the making, with that massive twist and split at the end, linking those two movies together.
Right.
And what pissed me off a bit more is that I started watching the movie and I'm like, damn, this is good. Wow. And it got better and better. And I'm like, wow, I'm loving this movie. And then it all went to hell.
It just, you know that moment in Aladdin where the genie's like, Mayday, Mayday.
Yes.
Yep, that was it.
Yeah.
That was literally, you get to that 40 minutes, like you still have that 40 minutes that are left in that movie. And then it's just a crash landing.
Yeah.
And it's horrendous.
You're like, why those decisions? Why those choices, story-wise?
Yeah.
The movie has a lot of strong points.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
This is why this movie, I left the movie and I was very confused.
Yes.
I was very lost, and
I remember you and I had the same answer to each other. You're like, I was like, so what do you think? He's like, you're like, I need to sleep on it. And then you looked at me and you're like, what do you think? And I'm like, I think I need to sleep on it because we weren't sure. Okay. So let's do this. Yeah. All right. Lifting the sleeves. Let's do this. Let's dive right in. So let's talk about the positives first. Okay. And then the negatives, let me make this very clear. The negatives are not, I don't want them to be toxic, but they are critical of the decisions that were being made. So,
and we're gonna try to not get into spoilers. It's gonna be a bit tricky,
right?
But we're gonna try.
Okay, so for me, starting off from the positives, for me, I thought the first two acts of the film, whether it is cinematographically, visually, performance-wise, the screenplay. Everything just fit.
It worked.
Right? Everything in the first two acts was perfect.
Yes.
It was, what needed to be said was being said. What needed to happen was happening. Visually beautiful. Yep. Just so beautiful. From the darkness in the beginning of it to the pink of the hospital and the rooms, the way they were set up and the mystery behind it. I said this in my review. The right questions were being asked.
True.
As far as philosophically and ideologically.
True.
It was the right questions were being asked. In that first, I guess, I don't know. How long was the movie? You normally know the runtime. Like, was it?
2 hours and 10 minutes, something like that.
Okay, so I would say for the first hour and 40 minutes.
Something like that,
It was superb.
Yeah.
And then something happened, and I feel like it was because, and I said this in my review as well, M. Night Shyamalan tried to do the typical M. Night Shyamalan twisty thing. Instead of simply giving us an ending that the film deserved, he wanted to, again, subvert expectations, but it almost felt like he wanted to subvert expectations just because he's M. Night Shyamalan and we know that he needs to subvert expectations.
He's kind of dictated by having a twist in a movie. And it does not help him.
If there was one movie that he should have not been M. Night Shyamalan in, it was this one.
And I think the biggest twist will be when he makes a movie without a twist.
Yes.
that
absolutely
within itself is a twist, because everyone's going to be expecting something and then nope, nothing happened. It resolved.
It's sad though, because everything about it was so good. It was okay. So I've heard a few people say that James McAvoy was a little overacting in this film, and I think the overacty stuff came out at the end. Because in the beginning, I thought he was so. I mean, like
he was impressive.
Just wow, the amount of control and nuances. This man. Wow.
I think the movie, the moment the movie started to go a bit over the top in terms of decisions, in terms of performances, in terms of even the action sequences, because in Unbreakable, there weren't a lot of action sequence. There wasn't anyone jumping. And in Split, you kind of also had that. There were these small moments of action. But the moment they decided to go over the top is where they lost everything.
I think that the moment where you notice this film was not going to, and it's funny, I'm quoting Luke Skywalker from The Last Jedi, this is not going to go the way you think. The moment this happened was, I think, the moment that Samuel L. Jackson's character does something to someone in the hospital. And that's where you're like, oh, okay, here we go. Here's the twist upon the twist upon the twist. And I remember at one point going to myself and I'm like, there's still more twists coming. It's not over. And that the twists kept on coming. I thought it was anticlimactic. The ending was anticlimactic. It was all building towards this big epic battle, which ended up being nothing.
No. And the final scene, which again I cannot get into because it's just spoiling the whole movie, but is very anti two characters. It's very anti McAvoy's character and Samuel L. Jackson. It doesn't make sense.
Right. Yeah.
Again, very hard to explain.
Right. Yeah. Because we're trying not to go into spoilers, but I do agree. It almost like they ended up making McAvoy the true villain almost. And then, you know, that sentence from King Kong, it was beauty that tamed the beast. If you get where I'm going with it. Which was like, okay, so we spent 2 movies with this villain-esque character only to not have him be a villain. And then when you look at Samuel L. Jackson's character, again, it's this idea of, remember what this guy did in Unbreakable? How is he being lifted up on a pedestal now? You know, it doesn't make sense. Like, are we supposed to ignore the fact that he committed mass murder? Like, I don't understand. You know, like, I don't get it. Like, so are we just forgiving the past? Like, no, it's all right. He killed people. It's okay.
Forget about it.
It's not a problem. It's all right. I don't know. I mean, I was disappointed. I was hoping that first hour and 40 minutes, I wish I could have just left the movie theater right at that point and been like, oh, it's such a great movie. But I was disappointed, unfortunately.
So was I. But I was happy to see Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson back together on screen.
Look, I'm always happy to see Bruce on screen. Let's be honest.
It's fun. But again, underutilized. I said that in my review. There were choices with Anya Taylor.
Casey, the girl who plays Casey.
Which don't make sense after the events of Split. There was just, it wasn't very cohesive. And he's trying to build this universe, I think.
Look, he went for that massive political statement at the end, which was absolutely unnecessary. As usual, once we want to start making political statements, we're sacrificing story. I keep saying this, and every time I'm proven right. One final thing I do want to say, it is a positive. I loved his use of things that were not used in Unbreakable that showed up in Glass.
Those scenes.
They were very seamless.
Very subtle.
And beautifully done.
Agreed.
So bravo for technology for being able to do that and not going with a CGI'd younger face.
And there's something that both of us, I think, mentioned in our reviews. I love the use of colors.
Yes.
He does it. Because
so organic.
Each character has certain colors, schemes. Bruce Willis being a kind of greenish, light green, Samuel L. Jackson purple, and what's his name, McAvoy yellow.
Yeah.
And you would see those in their scenes very subtly. very, very smart,
Beautiful.
very
Yeah,
beautiful.
beautiful.
Directorial wise, like the shots, the cinematography. Sorry,
Cinematography?
Was beautiful.
Yeah.
It was. The music was very nice.
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
this
everything.
is
Like it had all the elements to make a great movie, and then but it crashes in its third act. Which, again, I said this in my review. When you crash a third act, you crash your film. Like there's no saving a film with a bad third act. There's no saving it. There's no saving it. So yeah. That's it. If you watch Glass and you disagree with us, please make sure you non-toxically let us know what you think.
I've had a few nice feedbacks. Very polite. I disagree with you. Thank
Agreed.
you. Keep doing that. I don't mind. I'm cool with that.
We'd love to open up that conversation. So we look forward to hearing what you thought and let us know.
Yep.
Cool beans. If you thought that the one and only Cruise, Mr. Tom Cruise, was
Tony K. Roos
Tony K. Roos
in the house.
If you thought that the impossible mission was over, you were very, very wrong, because we received some fantastic news earlier this week that Christopher McQuarrie, the man behind Rogue Nation and Fallout, is coming back with Mission Impossible 7 and 8, and I am pumped.
I'm super happy, honestly.
I am so happy about this.
I think it's very good for the whole consistency of the franchise.
Yes.
The whole vision of the franchise, some stability in terms of that universe, and damn if that director isn't original,
Man,
isn't
he's
good.
so freaking good. Look, Fallout was by far the best action film of 2018, hands down.
I'm going to top that by telling you it's one of the best action films in the last probably 5 years.
Okay, I'll second that.
I can't really. Maybe with John Wick.
Okay, look. I think there's this new bubble of like amazing action films in the past decade. There's this bubble, and inside this bubble, you've got John Wick 1 and 2. You've got Mission Impossible Fallout. I would say Rogue Nation would probably be like way below, but
it's still around that. Yeah.
Mad Max, Fury Road.
Okay, not the biggest fan, but. Action-wise,
you have to admit, George Miller's use of practical effects. I mean, when you watch the making of that movie, it's better than the movie. It's insane. So I think that bubble is getting pretty dense. I'm super, super happy. There are a lot of people online that are not okay with this because they're like, it's limiting Mission Impossible. No.
I don't think so.
No. It's giving Mission Impossible a pure vision, and you and I love talking about having a vision. And I honestly feel like 8 should be the last one. Like we should just either find a way to pass the mantle and then have us wait 5 years until the new mantle is used, or just let it die. I mean, like peacefully.
Logically speaking, I doubt they will let it die because it makes a lot of money.
Yeah, but then we're going to go into that same issue of, can Mission Impossible survive without Tom Cruise?
I don't know. I mean, depending on who they would consider. I do think it is a James Bond-like franchise.
Absolutely. But it cannot be Ethan Hunt. It would have to be someone new. Like they would have to,
a new,
like a new agent.
As long as they don't go down the Bourne Identity.
The one with Jeremy Renner,
which did not work. Even though I love Jeremy Renner.
And please don't do the ridiculous obvious choice of, hey, let's make it a girl. Please don't. Let's not.
I would not mind if it serves the story, if it works, if it makes sense, if it's for logical reasons.
If Rebecca Ferguson wants to lead Mission Impossible.
There you go.
Now that I'm thinking about it, if Rebecca Ferguson wants to lead Mission Impossible, I'm all game because I love Rebecca Ferguson. So I would not complain. But let it be natural. Let it be for the story purposes, not just because why couldn't a female lead, know?
Yes. But I do think Mission Impossible is successful not just because of Tom Cruise. He is a perfect Ethan Hunt, but the content, the story.
Yes.
The other characters. It doesn't work without Benji and without Ving Rhames and without, I don't know.
It is
Rebecca
an ensemble
Ferguson.
cast. You're right.
Yeah.
It is an ensemble cast. That is very, very true.
I do hope they bring Jeremy Renner back because he was absent from the last one. He could bring, a little extra something. He was very interesting in the
in
previous
Rogue
film.
Nation. He was, his character was pretty interesting in Rogue Nation. So just to go back to the factual stuff and less about our opinion about this, Christopher McQuarrie is going to start filming Mission Impossible 7 October of 2019 is the
scheduled date.
Yeah, like prospective date. With Mission Impossible 8 immediately following right after. They're going to film them back to back. They're not going to wait, and then they're going to be released in 2020 and then 2021.
Yep.
Which is freaking awesome. This is fantastic news. Moving along, still in the action film arena, a trailer was released this week that I personally was more excited by than another trailer that was released this week.
Okay.
And this one would have to be the trailer for John Wick 3 Parabellum.
Yep.
Oh my Lord, does that trailer look amazing?
It does. It looks fun.
Oh my Lord.
Looks violent.
Oh my Lord. The neon colors, the visuals. I mean, the Halle Berry.
The motorcycles, the horse.
The horse with the gun. Like
the dogs. That scene with the dogs just jumping. Yeah, that was...
Okay. John Wick is that weird action movie that came out of nowhere and everybody fell in love with.
If you think about it, the beauty about the first John Wick is that the premise of the movie is quite silly. It's a guy who gets upset because they killed his puppy.
Yes.
But look where it went.
Yes.
Look what they did. They never took it seriously. They created a world which was fun, dark.
Gun Fu. They've actually created something called Gun Fu, which is a choreographed gunfight using Kung Fu. And this is an actual thing. If you watch the making of, that's what it's called, Gun Fu, which is freaking genius.
And here's the beauty. Like Tom Cruise, Keanu Reeves does most of his stunts.
Yes.
And it shows. It makes the whole movie experience different.
And honestly, I love him in this role.
Yeah.
Like, I love him in this role. I love him more than Neo. Like, I love him in this role. He's embodied this role. It's insane.
Yeah.
How...
It was very random. It was never...
And now you've got, like, Lawrence Fishburne is in it, and, like,
Barry, Angelica Houston.
Yes. I just love it. And this makes me even more excited for the TV show to start. Like, I really want the TV show to happen.
Yeah.
I really, really do. Because it's it's in the past. It's pre-John Wick, which and Ian McShane. I love that man. He's so good.
Yeah, fantastic actor.
So this is for me. This is like a highlight for this year is seeing this movie.
I can't wait.
It's gonna be so much fun. It's gonna be so much fun.
I think April and May are gonna be two pretty cool months.
Yes, very, very, very cool. Moving right along into reboot arena. I think this one is in your side of the trench. I think we need to call a certain group of people to take care of a few ghosty business.
Who are you gonna call?
Ghostbusters.
It was, oh my God. So I think did we talk about this last week?
I don't think.
Yeah, we did. Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd. We mentioned it. We mentioned it, and then
boom, out of nowhere. Yeah.
A teaser trailer.
Yeah.
Which is perfect.
Yeah.
Just a barn and thunder and wind and
it lifts up and you see the truck, the van,
the old van with the whole logo behind.
Yeah.
And what's nice is that it stays within the family. So it's directed by
Jason Reitman,
which is Ivan Reitman's son.
Right.
Ivan Reitman passed away. He was one of the actors in the movie. And well, now you should have Bill Murray. You should have Dan Aykroyd. I don't know who else is going to join. Not much is known about the story, but it is scheduled to be released in a couple of years, if I'm not mistaken, 2020? Yeah, 2020. 1 year.
2020, so
in
next
1 year.
year. Yeah.
Next year. In my head, it's still 2018. That's why 2 years. And I think they will do the franchise justice because of the whole Ghostbusters mishap that happened.
Yeah, let's not talk about that.
Melissa McCartney, Kristen Wiig. Very poor film.
McCarthy.
Very poor movie.
Yeah.
And this
And
movie
again,
disregards
it's a poor movie.
that.
It's a poor movie, not because it was led by women.
No.
Although they didn't help, but not because it was led by women, but the writing and everything about it was just off. It was
made
awful.
no sense in the
It was
whole
awful.
Ghostbusters universe.
Yeah, it's like ignoring the what came before it to.
But what's good is we're ignoring that movie
Yup.
and we're sticking to the previous two.
Karma is a big B.
Yeah.
Let's just say that. Finally, in reboot arena or remake arena or whatever you want to call it, Disney just announced another live action
That's more
remake.
in your area, specifically this film, because I know how much you love it.
Yes. So this time, I think they picked something that is intriguing because it was a Disney film that was not very much loved.
Okay.
It was very critiqued. But I also think that a film like this might be amazingly epic if done right in live action. And the film is The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
And I fully agree.
I think I was listening to the music the other day, right after I heard the news. I was listening to the music and I was like, oh my Lord, yes. Like, yes. It's gonna be dark, and it's the article that I read said that it's sticking to the darker story of the film, so it's gonna be one of Disney's first dark live action remakes, so it's fine, good. I think a film like this is kind of maybe needed in a world full of toxicity. The only concern that I have is that they go full force with the political statement of, the toxic man and whatever, ignoring what the film is actually about, which is that beauty's on the inside, it's not what it's on the outside.
Well, technically, they can't really mess with this because before being a Walt Disney film, it's a Victor Hugo piece.
Right.
It's a piece of literature, and there's...
Very true.
The Lion King is not really based on... Yes, it has allusions to Hamlet and whatnot. Aladdin, too. But there is a literary work, and I don't think they can really play with that.
Right.
And I have a feeling that whenever Disney is announcing these remakes of movies that maybe didn't work so well, or don't have such a big cult following, or
Dumbo, I'm on board for this more than Aladdin and 10 times more than The Lion King.
Like, what's it called? Atlantis.
Atlantis. Oh,
I would love to see.
I would love to
really
see an
nice.
Atlantis remake.
Yes, because the elements are there.
And the technology is there now.
Yes.
You can do something like this.
Absolutely.
Aquaman. Just kidding. But Atlantis, The Great Mouse Detective, Sword in the Stone, things that were not that appreciated in their time. Breathe new life into them in a way that is appreciated now.
Yes,
I am with that. Don't take films that were classics that are very loved because you're going to piss off the fans.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to please everybody.
No.
We're already booing Aladdin and it's not even out yet. And none of us are satisfied with anything that we've seen. Nothing. So another trailer was released earlier this week, a trailer that a lot of people were looking forward to. I, for one, was not. And let me preface this by saying I was not looking forward to it, not because of it, but because I think this is horrible marketing and very premature. But Spider-Man Far From Home was released. The trailer was released. The teaser trailer was released. I saw it. Did you see it?
Yes, I did.
Okay. My thoughts were meh. I chuckled in a few places, specifically that opening scene between Aunt May and Happy.
Yeah.
And then everything else, I was just like, okay, all right. Oh, 1 bad, 2 bad, 3 bad, 4 bad, 5 bad. Okay. All right. And then it was over. And that was literally my thought process as I was seeing it. My concern is that every time there's been a Spider-Man sequel, we've gone for 17,000 villains in one movie. And every time the movie sucked.
Okay.
So that I'm concerned in this aspect. Aside from that, I'm also annoyed because I saw a lot of comments online from people who are not so involved in the MCU and whatever. And a lot of them are going, wait, didn't he get snapped? in Infinity War? What's going on? And so a lot of them were very pissed because it kind of ruined something for them in a way. So yeah, but and this is where I think Marvel and Sony should have held off for a bit before releasing this trailer. And then one final thing, and then you go.
Yeah.
My final thing is this. I think I'm also starting to get a little tired of superhero movies, and this is in general. Mm-hmm. I think I'm just starting to get superhero fatigue. But yeah, okay, you go.
Okay, so I watched the trailer a couple of times. First time on my phone, and then the next day on my laptop.
Okay.
And my initial reaction was, no, cute. Yeah. Cute. And then I watched it again, and I started to pay attention to details, and I started to like it more and more. In terms of, I'm gonna answer your points from what I think. Again, in terms of marketing, there's nothing that points out that this is before or after Infinity War.
Sure. The one shot with the passport had the hand hidden on the passport, so you don't even know the date.
You don't know the date. and again, there are a lot of theories online that Infinity War, when he's on the bus, it's on his way back from that
so they're doing a prequel to the sequel.
Perhaps.
Of the prequel. Sequel.
So again, I don't have a problem with that. Numero dos, about seeing all these bad guys. So maybe borderline going into some spoiler territory, but still.
I mean, it's not really a spoiler. It's in the trailer.
Yeah, but Mysterio is known to be sort of a wizard, like Doctor Strange. Not a wizard, sorcerer.
Yeah.
Right? And has these powers to
conjure up things.
So these could be things that he is conjuring up to show that he can fight them and he is the hero, and there might be a whole twist. There is another theory that these are different bad guys, Sandman and...
No. They are the Elementals. They're known as the Elementals.
Yeah, the Elementals.
So, and it's... their names are... Hang on. I know their names. It was on...
It's Paul, Ringo, George.
No, I don't think that... No. Hang on. Where is it? Yeah, but seriously, that's a podcast. That's amazing, guys. You should listen to it. You should listen to them. There we go. Because they posted something about this. And their names are as follows. Okay, so it's Magnum, Zephyr, Hydron, and Hellfire. And they're essentially the Elementals who first appeared in Supernatural Thrillers number 8. They're extra-dimensional humanoids who became immortals, and they manipulate energies and create force fields, open dimension portals. They were banished from Earth to the Palace of Gods after failing to take over Egypt, but have since never returned.
Okay.
So you've got the Lord of the Waters, Hydron. You've got the Wielder of the Flame. He's the leader. His name is Hellfire. Mistress of the Winds, Zephyr. And then you've got Magnum, and he's the Master of the Earth. So we've known for a while, I think they've made it very clear that it's the Elementals.
It might not be. That's the thing.
Oh, okay.
It might be him controlling these elements, pretending to be a good guy, because he looks like the good guy. Jake.
Casting Jake Gyllenhaal as the bad guy is just weird.
But I think,
although Nightcrawler,
I think there's going to be a twist kind of thing.
All right.
And look, the superhero fatigue thing I do understand, because every now and then they're popping a hero movie left and right.
Yeah, and I've had people yell at me and go, but Star Wars. I'm like, yeah, but you're not getting a Star Wars film every month.
Yeah.
Whereas the superheroes is literally every month of the year there's a superhero movie. It's just getting a little much, I think. I'm just thinking about this year. You've got Captain Marvel, you've got Avengers Endgame, Far From Home, Wonder Woman 1984, the Joker, Shazam. Is that it?
There's probably one we're missing, but yeah, I think that's...
It's just just give us a break.
Yeah.
And then we just had Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse too, and now we're getting another one. It's just I told my sister, I was like, yeah, the Far From Home trailer came out, and she's like, ugh, another Spider-Man movie? And that's horrible. You don't want that to be the first reaction that people say. So... Anyway,
but as a trailer, I enjoyed it. I like Tom Holland. I
love Tom Holland.
He is a fantastic Peter Parker.
Yes, I agree.
I do like the whole setting of it being in Europe, not in somewhere where he's not familiar. And that Nick Fury moment where he pops up in the dark, I really found that cool.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
And again, Tony Stark is nowhere in the trailer.
To be seen, yeah.
And there's this line that Happy says, we're all alone. So is it after Infinity War? Is it before? So it did confuse me, timeline-wise.
Yeah.
So it didn't bother me. Should they have waited a bit more? Probably.
Yeah.
But then if the movie comes out in July, if I'm not mistaken,
it's too short notice.
They can't just like pop a trailer after.
And I heard somewhere that there was a feud between Marvel and Disney regarding this because Marvel and Sony, because Sony wanted to release it even before now. Yeah. Anyway, really quick because we're
sorry.
There's a lot of stuff to discuss today. Steve Carell and Greg Daniels. Mm-hmm. Greg Daniels being the creator of the U.S. version of The Office, Steve Carell being the fantastic, literally, are teaming up to work on a comedy series for Netflix, inspired by President Donald Trump's Space Force. So nothing is really known about it, but I like this collaboration. Mm-hmm. I like hearing that they are working together again.
Yep.
And it kind of, I think, puts to bed rumors of the Office spinoff, which make me relax a little more. But this, they released a teaser trailer already.
I saw, yeah.
The whole setup is just, it sounds like it's going to be a blast to watch. Whether or not it's going to be overly infused with Donald Trump jokes, I really hope not. I really hope they go for the cringy comedy that they did in The Office. But I do like this collaboration personally. So,
look, it sounds interesting. I saw the trailer. I hope it's fun. I like Steve Carell.
I love Steve Carell.
I think he's a very talented actor and a very funny actor at the same time.
Yeah.
He's got range and diversity. Versatility. Okay, yeah. So it should be fun, and it's the whole idea of it being this whole Space Force thing.
I think it could be a lot of fun. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a lot. It could be really funny.
I think it could be dope.
Yeah, I think it could be very dope. And by the way, screeners, I'm going to unveil something. It was revealed to me earlier this week that Mr. Han Solo has been duping all of us. He's been lying to all of us. He's only seen a couple of episodes of The Office. So betrayal maximum.
Well, I didn't want to hurt you because you're always so excited, and I just don't want to burst that bubble.
You need to watch The Office, man.
Yeah, okay, I will.
All right. Moving right along, as if more studios needed to be bought out.
Yeah.
Bad Robot, which is the production company created by the amazing J.J. Abrams, is now being courted, and I'm quoting the article, literally courted, as if they're trying to take it out on a date.
It's The Bachelor.
By Disney, Universal Studios, and Warner Brothers. And it is apparently a very tough fight
bloody
here.
war.
Disney needs to take a chill pill.
I think Disney should not just
honestly, if there is a studio that I think really needs Bat Robot right now, I think it's either Warner Brothers or Universal. I think both of them have struggled, and having Bat Robot under their wing could be very helpful to either studio. So I really hope that, the first galactic empire, which is Disney, doesn't win this one.
Yeah.
I really don't want them to win this one because it's slightly becoming a bit obsessive.
It's a monopoly.
Yeah, I mean, 20th Century Fox and what Marvel, Lucasfilm, breathe.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think other studios would do very well with these properties, and what I read in the article was that it's not just about making movies; it's about also having
TV shows,
the theme parks, and
all
music.
That stuff.
Even dive into the music sector. So Warner are pretty good at that. So is Universal, and it would kind of balance out this whole.
I mean, there needs to be a shuffle. That's for sure. Because again, nothing against Disney. We love Disney, but chill out.
Yeah.
Enough is enough. Finally, the final trailer that was released this week that had me questioning reality, questioning existence in and of itself, and very worried that we are going to be in for a very
depressing.
not just depressing, but almost expected ending. The Game of Thrones, the latest Game of Thrones teaser trailer, which also released the date of the premiere, which is in April, was released. It's, the trailer within the crypt. You get Jon Snow walking in the Winterfell crypt. You hear Ned Stark talk. No, you hear Lyanna Stark talking at first, and then you hear Ned, and then you see Sansa and Arya, and you hear their mother talking, and then they all get to the end of the hallway, and
someone turns on the AC.
Yeah, well, and they look straight ahead and they see 3 statues of themselves staring back at them. And then someone turns on the air conditioning and, you get the winter is coming kind of thing and everything freezes over. Listen, if Game of Thrones is going to end with the extinction of the Starks, I'm about to punch D.B. Weiss and Benioff in the face, because that is not what I signed up for. Okay, is not what I signed up for.
That's the beauty of the show. You did not sign up for anything.
No, you know what?
No.
You know what? I signed up for season 1 and 4, and I loved season 1 and 4, and there were a lot of casualties.
But you don't know what's gonna happen,
and there were
and everyone is gonna die.
And there were a lot of casualties in season 1 through 4, but they were casualties that there was a purpose to the casualty, and not what we've been seeing for the past 3 seasons.
We obviously can't get into, but we have to talk about this some other time.
Yeah, well, we are planning a spotlight episode. Yeah. We are planning.
But I have a lot of thoughts on that. But yeah, let's.
All right, what do you think of the trailer?
I mean, as a trailer, it was fine. It was cool.
Excitement, not excited?
I'm excited about the show. Trailer or no trailer, I want to watch the last season. I want to have some closure.
6 episodes, hour and a half each.
Exactly. I want to move on, watch other series, because I need to, say like I've watched the whole series.
We need to close that book. Yeah, we need to close that book.
Box office very quickly.
Yes, box office very quickly. I mean, not much has changed, obviously.
Yeah.
So let's just dive right in.
Yeah.
Dive right in. Get
Aquaman.
At number 5.
Okay, so yeah, number 5 is Aquaman with 4,923 this week. It's been out for 5 weeks with a total of 73,452.
Okay, The Mule, this is number 4. The Mule is in the first week with 5,452. I guess 452 is a popular number.
Yep.
452 entries this week. And again, this is the Lebanese box office, guys.
Yes. And then number 3, the Lebanese movie Time Out with 8,761 entries after 4 weeks. It has amounted to a massive 121,241 entries.
Right. And at number 2 is the Lebanese film Mahraja with 11,402 entries this week. It's been out for 4 weeks with another massive number, 145,358 entries in total.
And at number 1 is a new Lebanese movie called Wanted. And it has gathered 12,642 entries in its first week.
Yep. I mean, Lebanese box office, I mean, as far as Lebanese films are obviously the ones that are taking over right now.
Yep.
We'll have to see how that sort of pans out this week with Glass coming out, How to Train Your Dragon having come out last week.
And less Lebanese movies are good news. Yeah.
So we're slowly, I mean, already Mahraja and Time Out have dropped. So we'll see how long that lasts. Yeah. Okay. Really quick recommendations before we talk about the final thing. Okay. Because the recommendations are going to lead in, because I'm going to cheat this time and I'll explain why. Okay. So go ahead with yours.
So my mom's in Paris and I asked her to get me this DVD because I love this movie and I might have recommended it before, but it's called Lion. It's with...
no, you haven't recommended it.
I haven't?
No, but you've spoken very highly of it.
It's a movie I really love. It's with Nicole Kidman and what's his name?
Dev Patel.
Dev Patel, there you go. Fantastic movie about this kid, the true story, who got lost in India and ends up being adopted in Australia.
It was nominated, wasn't it? Nominated?
It was nominated. And flash forward to a few years later where he's much older, in his 20s. He wants to find out where he's from. And he tracks down where he's from using Google Maps.
And everything,
And it's a beautiful story about being a parent and what it's like to sacrifice and to love someone. It's a fantastic film. Tissues needed for show.
I'm starting to realize that you are slightly a masochist when it comes to movies. Like you love crying at movies.
But this is good crying. This is not. It's happy crying. Because you have the oh my god no, and then you have it's so sweet. So yeah.
Okay.
So that very quickly go watch Lion. Beautiful film. I love it.
Okay, so my recommendation this week is going to switch things up for script to screen because I am opening up this for us to be able to include in our recommendations. And what I am recommending is the work of another fellow critic.
Okay.
Because I feel like we need to be growing our sphere and our ecosystem of positive, positive conversations about cinema because. And this will lead into what I want to say in a second. There is just too much damn toxicity online.
Yes.
It's too much. I was on YouTube yesterday, and if I could have a penny for every time I saw the word horrible, hate, why this sucks, why this is bad, why this is dead, why this is failing, I would have been a billionaire by now. And I'm sick and tired of it. So we've spoken to him on this podcast before. We know about his channel, but I'm going to recommend Bailey Parkinson's LoverBoy Media channel on YouTube because of a series Why I Love, and it's just so beautiful. He's about to release one about A Star Is Born, I believe. I'm looking forward to that so much because I want to see what he has to say about it. But love movies, right? Yeah. And now it's going to lead into the mission that I'm going to give our screeners. So here is the mission, and I'm going to go for the dramatics, and I'm going to add some spy music, right? Some spy music. Okay, so here is the mission, screeners, should you choose to accept it. What we want you to do is to DM us or send us a voice message on Anchor, but not talking about the show. I know we've been telling you to give us feedback about the show. I want you to forget that. What I want you to do is to send us a voice message on Anchor or send us a DM telling us about a movie that you love and why you love it. Because for our 1-year anniversary show in June, that show is going to be all about why you, our screeners, love movies and what movies you love. If you want to be featured on our show, this is what I want you to do. So your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to talk about a movie that you love and why you love it. This is our message to you. On that note, we are going to start our fading out here because we are like
way out of time.
We are running out of massive time. One final announcement. Script to Screen is officially going to be the media partner to 2 more film festivals, which is extremely exciting. The Beirut International Women's Film Festival and the Children and Family Film Festival in Beirut. More data, more information about these, we will be telling you guys in the coming weeks. We'll have a massive social media announcement as well, but I wanted to tease this out already to create the buzz. Those film festivals will open their doors in March. Both of them together, it's going to be the same week. The Children and Family one is going to be more during the day, and the other one's going to be in the afternoon. But this is very exciting news for us here on Script to Screen. Again, 2019, we are on a roll. Oh, we're about to hit 1.5K, by the way.
Hey. Bravo.
Yes, indeed. So if you want to follow me on social media, you could do so at Alan Mahana on Instagram and Twitter. And
I'm only on Instagram, had.solo.
Had.solo. Amazing.
Yeah.
I know. If you want to listen to our podcast, I know we've been throwing you all around lately. We've been like, listen to us here, listen to us here. This is the last time we're going to switch it up, and I'll sort of explain. I don't want to go into too much details. If you want to listen to our show, please listen to us on Radio Public. It is a free app that you can download on iOS or Android, or you can access it on the website, radiopublic.com. You will help support Script to Screen by doing so. That's all I'm going to say. The message is out there, but you will help support our show greatly if you do that. It's a great platform. The user interface is fantastic. We're going to be building an official Script to Screen website with them very soon. It's going to be great. Radio Public is fantastic. So if you want to listen to our show, make sure you do so on Radio Public, or
you can check us out on YouTube, on Facebook, and any other thing you find online.
Anything you find online.
Just Script to Screen.
Yes, indeed. Well, this is it for us for today. Our March shows or March. Our February shows are being prepped as we speak. We have a list of guests that we want to talk about on our spotlight episodes. We're gonna be doing a bunch of script to score episodes as well. Yep. We're working on those. We know you guys love those as well. So we're gonna be working hard to make sure that the score episodes have less us, more music.
Yeah. More score.
More score, less talk. But overall, this is it. I mean, it's exciting. We have a massive announcement. Hopefully coming to you guys mid-February, we'll be able to announce this officially, but we are excited for 2019.
And February is Oscar season.
Yes,
so
and the Oscars.
We're going to have a nice round table to talk about that.
Yes. Cannot wait for that. We should actually start planning that.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, but like officialize it. Officialize it. I'm also going to be collaborating with a bunch of different critics online as well from the US.
Yep.
So that's also exciting. Let us know what you think about our new content for the podcast. Any other words you want to say, Had, before we are out of here?
Go watch some movies. Yes. Go watch some series. Yes. Don't be a-holes.
Don't be a-holes.
And have a great weekend.
This episode is brought to you by the fantastic motto, don't be a-holes. We are out of here. Thank you so much for tuning in. Bye, screeners.